Okay, it's now time for our morning mix, and we brought you this news yesterday, but we just had to show you it this morning.
Yep.
President Joe Biden led the 75th National Thanksgiving Turkey presentation, and it is a tradition as two turkeys this year named Chocolate and Chip were pardoned. The turkeys were raised in North Carolina by the chairman of the National Turkey Federation, which has been supplying the Thanksgiving turkeys to the White House since 1947. Chocolate and Chip will now retire to North Carolina State University in Raleigh.
Named after Biden's favorite ice cream, chocolate chip ice cream. Also on Monday, First Lady Jill Biden received the tree at the White House. Joining her was her 2-year-old grandson, Beau, as well as some family members of the National Guard members. The tree is 18.5 feet tall and 13 feet wide, and for the rest of the holiday season, it will fill, and we mean really fill, the blue room of the White House.
That's bigger than I was thinking.
That's
massive.
Huge. Have you ever done the walkthrough at the White House?
And I want to. Yeah. Maybe I can put it on my list this year.
I think now that it's back open, just walking through the White House and seeing the trees and knowing that you're in the White House first off, is really a cool experience to be able to do during the holidays.
Did you hear some of President Biden's puns yesterday while pardoning the turkeys?
I can only imagine.
I'm going to keep this quick so our turkey doesn't get cold, and I'm not going to gobble up too much time. It was like classic and cringeworthy.
Of course.
But classic Uncle Joe Biden.
I guess it was Abraham Lincoln that kind of started the whole tradition, and it's a strange tradition, but it's a tradition.
It's good. Well, it's not even Thanksgiving yet, but a familiar Christmas tune has already made its annual return to the charts.
Yes.
All I Want for Christmas Is You is back, and Mariah Carey's Yuletide classic has re-entered the Billboard Hot 100 at number 25 based on sales, radio airplay, and official streams.
And only going to be going up from there.
Yeah.
I will say, I don't ever get sick of this song.
This year, am like, skip.
Really?
And it's the first time ever. I don't know why it's not hitting it for me this
Especially
year.
For you that you're celebrating the holidays early.
Right, already been listening for a month or so. Yeah, I don't know. This year I'm not into it. But it's
probably
still
on
very, very popular.
Elmo Christmases or something at this point.
Kids Christmas.
All right, Paramount is releasing the 1987 Thanksgiving classic Planes, Trains, and Automobiles with some bonus material. This classic road trip movie stars Steve Martin and the late John Candy as two strangers who embark on a cross-country adventure to get home for Thanksgiving. Available today, the remastered movie comes with a lost luggage Blu-ray disc with more than an hour of deleted scenes. There's also a documentary about filmmaker John Hughes, and of course a tribute to the incredible John Candy. Yeah, this movie at first was about 4 hours long when they first completed it, but this is like an epic classic road trip movie, and I mean those two are just amazing
and perfect for Thanksgiving. I heard that John Hughes, who wrote and directed it, he just kept rewriting and writing more scenes as they were doing it, which is why they have so much extra to be able to show us.
Well, you have Steve Martin and John Candy. I mean, you just got to put it all out there.
Have you seen it though?
No.
I've never seen. I'm like, this is on my list now this year. Our producer's very mad at us for not having seen it.
Okay. It's on our list.
Yes, Paris Hilton wants to tell her story. The heiress and reality TV star is publishing her memoir, focusing on her rise to fame on The Simple Life and her childhood, including the time at a boarding school where she claims she was abused. Paris, the memoir, is scheduled for release in March.
I'd be curious with this. I mean, we've learned so much about Paris Hilton over the years, and we remember her from The Simple Life with Nicole Richie, and it's just kind of she came across as ditzy and uneducated and, spoiled and whatnot. But as we've kind of learned her different facets over the years, and then she talked about her time at the boarding school. It could be an interesting read.
It could be, show a different side of her. I thought this was going to be up against Prince Harry's memoir, but his is released in January because they had just said 2023. His release date is supposed to be January 10th, so she might actually have a shot. Because I said if it's up against that one, there's no
other book should be released around Harry's memoir.
Right.